do this again.
2, 1.
And you better talk to me nicely. Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh. Can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we up.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Talk to Me Nice, where we besties discuss love, life, and everything in between openly and honestly. I'm Sia.
I'm Maria. I'm Monique.
And I'm Nauna.
Welcome back.
Ooh,
Big
Starting with
back
the big back
we're gonna start
moment.
with big back moment. Okay.
I wasn't bothered to cook and I had no time to bring in something from like a food place. So I just bought my favorite lollies, which are the Chubba Chops. I mean, everything's like the sour ones, but everything's a big back, like everything's my favorite, to be honest.
What is it called? No, the Americans call this something else.
Chopper chops.
These.
Like they're like sour strips, like sour rainbow strips, but
mini ones.
yeah.
ASMR.
Yeah. So yeah, my favorite. Let's go ahead.
Flavors on my tongue.
You like that?
I already did taste
You
like
want
this.
it?
It's sour.
I actually haven't had these in ages though.
Me too.
Been trying to be good.
Thanks, Monique, for our little snack.
So that was our big back moment. I think we're gonna kick off this little conversation with my situation. I'm single.
Period.
Technically.
Are you comfortable with bringing up your
Go
situation?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So then
Let's go
take
back.
it back to that moment. So, guys, she's actually healing.
Yeah.
Oh, she's healed.
I think I'm healed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
for sure.
Healed 100%.
From that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we good. We
So
Gucci
take
over
it
here.
back and explain to us your point of view. What happened?
Okay, so guys, so before this little situation, I was in a just about 2 year relationship, with someone that I met on a holiday that we all took
Yes. And where was the holiday?
in Gold Coast.
Yes.
So what was meant to be a one night stand ended up following me back to Sydney. And with that situation, he's got a child. And I think at that time that we met, I was at a point where I was doing good financially, had a decent job, and I was ready to settle. Like I wanted to be in a relationship. Everybody else around me in a relationship. I'm trying to be cuddled up too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
How old were you, Sissy?
I think we were like 24.
Yes.
Going on 20. Were we?
No, was it your birthday?
It was your birthday, Monique.
The start of COVID. I don't know.
This was like 3 years
2020
ago.
then.
2020.
What's 4 years ago? How old are you now?
That's 3 years. 25.
25. It was
25.
25.
25.
Yeah.
There we go. 25. Yeah. So I was at a point where I was like, okay, everyone else is in a relationship. I want to be in one too.
Yeah.
And then I just happened to.
Which is dangerous, guys. It's dangerous to think like that.
Yes. Don't do it. Don't settle. Okay. Which is exactly what I did because I met this guy. He just happened to be there at the time that I'm ready to settle.
And from Sydney as well.
And he happened to be from Sydney, on the other side of where I am located. But anyways, and so yeah, I know I rushed into it wholeheartedly. I did, and we got attached really quick, and then I was introduced to his child very quickly as well. And I honestly wasn't ready for that when it did happen. But I was just like, no, I can make it work.
Talk yourself into it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
no, the thing is, the red flags were there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like when we were, just a side story, but when we were in Gold Coast, right, and he spent the night, anyways. He was leaving, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not going to be rude. I'm going to walk him out. But he couldn't afford to get a taxi. But I wasn't like, I was like, why is it taking this long
To get to leave.
to leave? Because remember, you guys were cleaning upstairs, and I
I was going to say, where were we?
Yeah.
We were
You
upstairs.
were upstairs cleaning.
Yes.
And I felt so bad because I didn't.
I don't think I was
thought
awake.
Maybe you guys. No, you were.
She was gone. She left early.
Oh,
Fault.
yeah.
And I felt so bad because you guys were cleaning and I'm not there helping, so it looks like I'm bludging, like, you know, I'm finding an excuse, but really,
Oh, yes, that time. Yes.
yeah,
You're in the lobby downstairs.
I was downstairs and I was wondering why is it taking him so long. So I called a taxi for him on a different hotel, like right next to us, and I was like, "Can you take him home?"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then he was like, "Oh no, that's all right." I was like, "Jump in." So it took that long, anyways. So that should have been my first red flag.
Did you pay for that taxi?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
he must have ran out.
You know what happened was he ended up telling me when he got to the where they were
In
staying,
Broadbeat.
he was like calling whoever if they were awake to come help pay for the taxi.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't find that out until later.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, yeah. So I
And she
settled
still
pretty
stayed.
quickly. And I still stayed, guys.
No, I would have been like just like, oh, okay, bye, and then gone back upstairs. Like
That's
not
what I
cared,
should have done.
not
Yeah.
cared if you had a ride or not.
The problem with me, I feel like I overplay my role. I overplay my role. Mm-hmm. And it took me like being out of this relationship and looking back in a better,
Yes.
while I'm in a better mindset,
Yeah.
to be like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
I do too much
Yeah.
for people who do
That's
too little.
good. I love that.
Period.
That's really good to be aware
Have
about
the
that stuff.
awareness,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I settled down, not down, but like I settled with this guy. Ended up introducing him to my family, which I have never introduced anyone
Yes. Oh my
to my family. But I was just so determined to make this person the one. He wasn't, but I wanted him to be. So I was ready to like go through the highs and lows to make sure that he not only saw himself in a better light and, you know, but also like be a better person and partner and father to his child as well, because I was prepared to help in any way with the child.
Yeah.
We seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Help financially.
I don't regret that. I have no regrets in my life.
Oh, of
'cause
course.
Of course.
Yeah.
you learn from your
Mistake.
mistakes and whatever.
Yeah.
I will never regret what happened with the whole relationship, because otherwise I wouldn't be where I'm at. I don't think I was like this the way I am now.
Yeah.
Prior to that relationship.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It definitely like helped me, I don't know, find myself. But I've always said to myself and to him at that time that I would never leave. I would never leave, no matter how much I like would threaten and whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
I knew I wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
So he ended up leaving me,
Yeah.
which was a blessing.
Blessing, yeah.
It was a blessing in
Yes,
disguise.
yes,
Yes.
Because I knew me with the way that I was,
Your mindset.
my mindset at the time, and me saying I would never leave, and I meant that. I was prepared to go through everything, and I did go through everything in the 2
Yeah.
years. Although it seems pretty short, 2 years. We went through a lot,
A lot.
Yeah.
and dealing with baby mama drama as well, like.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could
Yeah.
go through that again, unless the situation was
Different.
different to like
Like
to what that
correct
was,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Then
yes.
I'll think about it. But yeah,
Because not all people with kids and baby mamas are like assholes. Like there are good ones out there.
yeah.
Yeah, and I get what you mean. If it's the right one, it's the right one.
I'm
yeah.
trying not to generalize.
Yes,
every
yes.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah, but
guy who has a kid.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah,
this
but
situation,
I was traumatized.
It was
I was traumatized. So for a minute after the
Yeah.
relationship, I was like, everybody like that. Like every guy who has a kid is like that. But obviously not always. The thing was like when we would fight, like it would be bad, right? And then, but a lot, like I'd say probably 10% of our fights
Yep.
is the ones that I would like message you guys because I'm like
Yeah.
that frustrated.
Yes.
Like, what am I gonna do? And these guys,
they
would
made a
always,
point.
The thing is, they tell me straight. Like they will keep it real with me. I wouldn't deal with that. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah. And then the next day I was, I wouldn't listen. But they had patience and they gave me grace and they let me learn. And that's what I'm grateful for with the group chat because I did disappear, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but like we understood. Like I think for me, I understood. I really did because I did the same. Like I said, I did the same.
Yeah, and it was not just him, but like I was very involved with the family as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
They relied
Heavily.
Well, they
heavily
were
on-
welcoming to you.
They were like I'm not gonna say it wasn't like it was like the family was shit to me or whatever. They were very like I was pretty close with his cousins, his girl cousins,
Yep.
to the point where I was probably closer at one stage with them than my own sister. So like I wouldn't say like they were bad, but I think because I was always there and then being so involved with like all the family stuff that I gave no like time for anything else.
Yes.
Not even for my own family, to be honest.
Yes.
And the thing was my mum noticed that I was losing myself. Even my dad, which was weird for me because my dad's like very quiet and he doesn't, he's silent assassin, that one.
Yes. They speak when they need to.
Yeah. And when he did, it was like, wow. So like towards the end of the relationship, because we were just fighting back and forth, it was a year where I had a lot of family pass away.
Oh, yes.
And I think that showed just how much support I was really going to get ever going to get from this person.
Yeah.
Because I would go to these funerals. Mind you, we're Samoan. You get very involved in it. And for someone who didn't grow up the way that I did, mind you, I didn't grow up very far Samoan, but I do know
Yes.
what you should be doing, what
When
you
you're called, you're called. Yep.
and he was never really exposed to that kind of lifestyle, so he never really understood what I was doing or going through at that time. Mind you, I'm also mourning, so he would just pick a fight out of nowhere for no reason, and that's the last thing I need when I'm running around, doing this and that and whatever. And then there was a funeral where I went to Brisbane for my auntie, and he had my car. Red flag, by the way. Didn't have a car. But he had my car, right? And so I told him to take it to get it serviced. And he's like, no, I'll do it myself. Because he was supposedly a mechanic.
He's a professional boxer.
Supposedly.
Jack of all trades. Master of none.
Scammer.
For
No scram.
100% legit. No, so I told him to go service the car, right? And he was like, no, I'll do it myself. So I was like, okay. He told me he was going to do it on a weekend, right? And then I call him that morning and he is still sleeping, dead asleep. It's like 12 o'clock. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning. You're going to tell me you can't get up just to service the car. Because he already bought all the stuff. And then he just went off at me. He was like, can't I just get some sleep and this and that? And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, I was going back and forth, like, why would you start with me? I'm doing all of this and that, and I'm still trying to suss out stuff over there in that state. You know what I mean? Whatever. He ended up doing it. And then, I don't know. I was like, this is the second time he's done this.
Yeah.
This is the second
So
time.
it was just slowly building up. Like you were just like,
I think I knew I was done,
Yeah.
but I just couldn't let go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could say that confidently.
Yeah.
Especially after that
Yeah.
that incident, and then by the time my dad was going to Samoa for a funeral, that's when it basically was falling apart because my mum uses this lady in his area to make like ears for the coffin and that. So she asked me to ask him to pick it up for us. So I asked him and he did. And then I went to go pick it up, but we had a fight about something petty. Most of our fights were petty. And then
Mine are too.
then I went to go pick it up, but I was already still angry at him. And then I said, like, we need to talk. Like, obviously, like, I always wanted to talk about it, talk it out, whatever. And then I forgot what he said to me, but it set me, like, off. Like, I was, like, going ham at him because we were sitting in the car. And he was so petty because the ear is sitting in the passenger seat.
Did he chuck it out?
No. He saw that it was sitting there, so he just went to go sit at the back, like in the back seat. And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, just move it." How hard is that?
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Can you come sit here?" And then we just started like going back and forth. And then he said something, I forgot what it was, but I was like, "Nah, I'm done. I'm done."
Yeah.
He jumped out of the car and I drove off. Normally, when I do that, like, I'll come back.
You turn.
I do run the block.
Because you always think, like, was I mean? Like, oh my gosh. And you always think that, like, you're angry, but you have a soft heart. I don't know why girls, right? Like, you always think, like, I need to go back. What if he gets hit by a car? And then I just, like, you think of the stupidest shit.
Yeah. This time around, oh no. Because we were like, I was like, why can't we talk about it? And he's like, well, his friend is coming to pick him up because they're going to hang out. Like, and he was like prioritizing that basically over like, fixing our relationship or whatever, or dealing with the fight. Yeah. So I was like, wow, okay, done. I was done. Drove off, went home, and then that's when I didn't speak to him for like a good week.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, should I reach out?
Yes, I remember we were going.
Should I have, should I have like messaged him that night, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. And then I was like speaking to my cousin in New Zealand about it. And she's like, just message. Yeah. There's no harm in messaging to see how, like, where he's at and whatever. And then go from there. And I was like, okay. So I did. I was like up at like 4 o'clock in the morning because like I couldn't sleep, right? And then I just sent him like this long, massive like message. And I was saying, I don't even know what I said, but I was like basically taking any blame off him and putting it all on me. Yeah, because I was very bad like that. Like even if it was something that he did, I would put it on me. Just to make it better.
Yeah, you don't fight. Like just I get it.
You know what I mean? And then I mentioned like the relationship between him and his baby mama. Like I just feel like there's
which all in
explain
fairness,
that.
Explain that because we told you our opinion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was, I think there was like
fucking no.
boundaries, crossing
The
boundaries.
boundaries were crossed.
There was no boundaries.
Yeah.
That was my issue. And that's what I mentioned in the message.
Yep.
The thing was when I would hear them, because they would call each other every day, but it's to speak to the child, apparently. But mind you, the child's a baby.
Yeah.
And like barely can talk. So in my head, I'm like, videos are fine. Send a video. But like to call and then every day, and then they end up talking themselves, like conversating. And then like when I would hear the conversation, because in the beginning, he wouldn't want me around.
Oh, red flag.
But then I was like, no, like why do you need to fight?
Why? Exactly.
I like if it's nothing, serious or anything, then I should be around when you take the calls. But then he would fight me on it. I'm like, no. So then he started taking the calls like when I was around.
Especially if you were contributing financially.
100%. Yeah.
Like that's just my opinion. If you're contributing financially to the stepkid,
100%. Yep.
then I don't see why that major red
Was
flag.
an issue,
Yeah. I don't know. I was so fucking weak. I was a weak bitch. Because as hard as I am, I let a lot slide just to keep the relationship going, I guess. But yeah, they would call, and then there were times where she would ask for money, but she doesn't have the kid that week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, why do you need money?
It wasn't adding up. A lot of
It
shit was
just
not
adding up.
adding. Yeah.
So there was one incident, right, that I was just like, no, because there was a time where she moved to Melbourne with the kid,
Yeah.
with the child, and then he, mind you, I was there for him, and I was like, well, that's technically kidnapping because you're both parents, and there's no agreement or like, you know, who's 50-50 or whatever. I was trying to open up his eyes, like, you know, that's a whole. Anyways, so apparently she was moving back, but I didn't know this because we had a fight, of course, and so he didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And then I got a text from, I think, no. She had asked him on Snapchat for money because apparently she was stuck at the airport and she needed $7 to pay for excess baggage. And I was like,
$7, that's cheap.
honey, that's non-existent for excess
Oh, yeah,
baggage.
that's what I was like, that's cheap. Like,
That's a bit silly.
that's what I said.
Right? So,
She broke.
but it's just like the excuse, right?
Yeah.
In my head, you're asking for $7 and it's excess baggage. I'm like, doesn't add up.
Yeah.
$50 minimum.
Yeah.
And then just even asking for money, like, why are you comfortable asking your ex for some money? Anyways, I didn't know any of this because the next day, this guy's cousin broke down on the motorway, and no one was basically going to pick them up from the motorway. But she knew that I always come through.
Wow.
So she called me, and then she's like, oh, can you come pick us up? Mind you, it's M7. I live on the M5 side. And
Literally.
I was like,
That's
okay.
2 lots of tolls, guys.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm coming. I came, picked him up, and she's like, oh, so the cousin goes, oh, so she moved back? And I was like, who? And she's like, her.
Oh, no.
As in the baby mama. And I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, okay, I'm going to tell you this, but don't tell them I told you. And I was like, okay. And then she's like, say, look at that.
Mike Tyson.
You can beep it.
Yeah.
I can't even reach it.
No, it's all right. I won't. So he had messaged his cousin to borrow $7 because he didn't have $7.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
I just feel sorry for that child. I'm so sorry.
It's so hard not to laugh at it.
Yeah.
Huge because
I'm
Someone
sorry.
asked for
everyone.
$7, then that person asked for $7, and then gonna get transferred to the $7, and then transfer the $7 again.
For excess luggage.
luggage, right?
Excess
Yeah.
bag.
So so she was moving back, blah blah blah, and then she's like, I didn't tell you this, but he asked me for money on Snapchat for $7. And I asked what it was for, and then he said it's for her because she's stuck at the airport at the counter and can't pay the excess baggage, and it's $7. And I'm like, what excess baggage costs $7? In what world? Whether it's domestic or especially international, but domestic, that don't make no sense. And she was like, yeah, exactly. And I left. I didn't read it on purpose. Like I half swiped on the message, and then I didn't open it. And then I only replied half an hour later and said, does she still need it? And then he replied, yeah. And I'm like, you're gonna tell me that
She's been waiting for
they're gonna let her stand there for half an hour waiting for the $7? That makes no sense at all. Anyways, I don't think she ended up sending the $7. I don't know what happened, but she ended up here. And then so I didn't know that she had moved back. So then,
What were you at that time when she moved back? Were you guys still good? Oh, Mike.
so what were me and him like? at that time.
Yeah, what were you guys still bickering at that time when she
Yeah.
moved back? Oh, okay,
We
cool,
were
cool.
still together.
Just setting the scene.
We
Yeah,
were
yeah.
still together, but we were
Fighting.
In
Okay.
between of in the
Yeah.
middle of a fight, and then I think this is during the time that I wasn't talking to him.
Ah, okay.
And then I went and picked her up, dropped her home, and then she was just telling me all this stuff, and I was like, okay. And she's like, but you didn't hear it from me. And I was like, okay.
Question: was this before or after the long paragraph?
This is before.
So you've sent the paragraph and he still hadn't responded to
No,
it?
this is before, I think.
Oh, and then you sent
No,
the paragraph.
now that I'm like talking about it, I think it's all coming together. This all happened, and then I went to go pick up the ear from him
Yeah.
that same
Arguments,
day.
yeah.
And then we had the argument because I called him out on this.
yeah.
Okay, now it's connecting. Okay, here we go.
like-
Dots are aligning.
Cheater.
Exactly. So I went from her house to go pick up the ear for my dad to take. And I went to his house to pick up the ear, and then I was like, I need to talk to you. And then I talked to him about that, and then he was like, oh, my friend's coming to pick me up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, done. Gapped it. Yeah. Then sent through, I think after a week, that whole paragraph. No response. And I was like, okay, now I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so lost. What am I supposed to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then I think a week, goes, the next week, I get a message from him on Insta, and he asks me for his birth certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all coming back.
And I was like,
Wow.
so you can't respond to my message, but you can
Ask for your birth
you can message me and ask for your birth certificate. Mind you, why on Insta? Like, you should have my number still. What's going on? Like, you know.
Yeah. The dots are really connected.
Yeah.
I deleted it.
It was so sus.
Did the message you sent go to delivered?
It went to delivered. So I wasn't blocked. But I just know this person, he's like avoids confrontation at all costs. Like, he will start shit, but doesn't want to finish it. So like, there were times where just to avoid conflict between him and the baby mama, if we were out, me and him in public, and mind you, we always held hands, and he saw one of her friends drop my hand, gap it into an aisle or a shop or whatever, like, he will hide just to avoid, because that friend will see, the friend will go tell the baby mama.
But what does it matter to the baby mama?
Exactly.
So many questions right now.
Oh, I know. I can.
Do you think that in the 2 years that you guys were together, he was living a double life?
I'm confident that he was.
That's what it's giving.
Yeah.
That's
No,
why
I'm
my mind is
confident.
like, sure.
I am.
I think he definitely took advantage of you, firstly. He definitely played on it really.
we saw it too. No,
bad.
like
but
I
the
was
thing is, we couldn't tell it to
couldn't
you.
tell it to you.
Because you wouldn't, like you said,
I wouldn't accept it.
you wouldn't accept it. You'd be like, oh, no way. Like, he's not like that. And you'll make any excuse over this, under the sun to be like,
100%.
my man's not like that.
But mind you, like, I
That's
wouldn't
why we
accept
let it
because
happen.
someone else is telling me.
Correct.
But I would be like, oh, put it in the files at the back of my
Yeah.
head.
Save it for the next
Save it for the
argument.
next one. Literally, because there was one point, and this is a red flag. Because his friend that he was talking about, he was pretty cool, but like, now he's a dick. I don't care. Anyways, because he's single, so he was telling my partner to join these group chats and on Discord. I don't even know what Discord is, and it's like videos and nudes of like random girls and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Kind of like Reddit.
Oh, yeah. Ew.
But Discord's more
these-
sneakier.
And these friends know that he's with you.
Oh, yeah, I was cis. At that time, I was cis. I was like, well, how am I cis? And you telling my man to join these and look at this and that, whatever. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Just, nah, I can't.
you can tell by the friends that they have.
exactly.
If they're red flag, most likely, there's some, but most likely,
Yeah.
fucking red flag.
Yeah.
Especially if he's not strong in himself.
Yeah, exactly.
You can be around those people
Yeah.
and strong in yourself. And just being
But you
one of
are who you
friends.
hang
But like, yeah. Yeah.
And this guy is very easily influenced. Very easily influenced.
Yeah, that's why I say it's hard for him to say no. Yeah.
Yeah. So he would join like these group chats and then
So he did.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and I
wow.
called him out on it.
Oh,
'cause
good,
I
sissy.
said to him,
Good.
I go, "You're in a relationship. Why do you need to be looking at
Yes.
these photos and
What's
videos
his
and
response?
stuff?" And he was like, "Oh no, it's just the boys." Blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care if it's just the boys. You're telling me that you saw a video of your friend's baby mama on that chat, and you're laughing at it.
Oh, yeah.
But like, why are you looking at it at in the first place? Why is it your business? Like, you shouldn't be worrying about that chat or looking at that stuff. Like, that to me is
Exactly.
cheating.
No,
I said
yes,
that,
it's 100%. Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, blah blah blah," and then he ended up leaving it. And so
Okay.
I thought. And then there were times where I would like go through his phone. Yes, I would go through his phone when he's
shame.
sleeping. I don't care.
Same. Me too.
And I would see screenshots of like the photos of like random girls and this and that. So then, yeah, I would delete them. But then I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna leave it on your phone. Let me take a photo of my phone.
Yeah,
Proof.
period.
Proof.
Me.
You need proof. Always.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I would do that, and then he would start a fight with me. I'm like, you want to go there? You want to go there?
Yeah.
And he'll be like, he'll gaslight the shit out of me.
He was a
Red flag.
narcissist.
Red
Yeah.
flag. He was a narcissist. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Do you think his age as well is another main factor?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if you're okay with it, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
younger.
So he was younger.
Yeah.
3 years younger.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Shame. Listen.
No shame.
Look, she can get someone younger. Yeah. So,
I'm not
mind your
ashamed.
business.
I was at first. I'm not gonna lie. That was a very hard thing for me to like overcome. Is the age gap, because it's 3 years. Like, oh my god.
My age. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even that bad.
But like the maturity level. The man catfished me in the beginning
Yeah.
because he
Yeah, real
portrayed-
catfish. Last episode, I mean catfish. Yeah, catfish the real one. That one.
He like portrayed himself in this
To be a
certain
boxer.
light, to be a boxer, to be
That
this.
was the first red flag.
That was
That was the first red flag for all of us. Was the
Yeah.
boxer.
yeah.
red
Only to
flag.
find out that same night it wasn't even him fighting.
Oh.
I'm gonna air it out. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we were going through that period, like, he was saying, like, his friend's coming to pick him up, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't talk to him for a week, sent a message.
Yep.
And then found out about the baby mama moving back, and I was like, okay. And then he messaged me for his birth certificate. I'm like, why the fuck would I have your birth certificate?
Yeah.
In my head, I
Yeah.
said it. I was like, why would I have your birth certificate?
Yeah.
And then I was like, so you can message me on Insta for your birth certificate, but you can't reply to my message that I sent you like how many days ago or whatever. And he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't know what to say, blah, blah, blah. Like all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Like he's been thinking hard, and he even thought about catching the train because he doesn't have a car. Catching the train to me. Catching a train to me to come see me and this
Yeah.
and that. And I
Yeah.
was like, then why wouldn't you?
nerve.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you're thinking about it, just do it.
Yeah.
And then
We'll talk.
basically his messages were coming through, and then it started sounding like a breakup. Like he's like, I really loved you, blah blah blah, and I was like, I literally said to him, I was like, hold it there, like you're not going to do this over the. I deserve at minimum to see you face to face and let you do this. Say it to me face to face.
Yeah.
So he had borrowed someone's car, I think, that night, came to my house, and he's like, oh, like, because mind you, like, I was waiting for him to come. And I was like, oh, no, let me say sorry. Like, my weak ass, I was like, let me say sorry. Like, maybe I can fix this. Like, I was like, I take all the blame, blah, 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 whatever. Like, and then he didn't reply because he was driving.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, when I saw him, I just started crying. And then he was like, when you said, like, to give it a second chance, I'm actually going to think about it. And then I was like, okay, in my head at the time, I was hopeful because he
Yeah.
said, okay, well, I'll think about it. Like, I just
But
need
he's
some
just letting you
time.
down easy.
But he's, because he doesn't like confrontation.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, like in my head, I'm like, okay, there's a chance, like, okay. And then he went to look through my car, my room. There was no birth certificate, and then he fucked off. And so in my head, I'm like, okay, like,
Yeah, that's what you
still,
sat with. Yeah.
glimpse
Yeah.
of hope. And
Yeah.
then I would still message him and like try and call him, but it wasn't the same. And I'm like, okay. And then I went to go because my dad came back from Samoa and brought like chips and that. So I went to go drop off some to his house because his siblings
Love it.
love those chips. And I went there and I told him that I was on my way, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to get a haircut." And I was like, "Okay, then I'll wait for you."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, but it's gonna be long." So I just like at
Yeah,
the
you
time
can,
I knew what he was doing, but I was like, "No, like."
I would just wait.
He's giving a second
Yeah.
chance. You know?
Yeah, yes,
Like,
yeah.
it's fine. I'll wait. I was there probably like 7:30, and then he woke me up because I fell asleep in the car at like 10:30 at night. Mind you, this is in an unsafe area.
Wait,
If you know-
7:30 p.m.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
to
10.
to 10:30 at night.
That's 3 hours.
I think so. Yeah.
Do barbershops open? I mean,
No, because
That late?
that friend that he
Oh,
was
the
going to
friend.
hang out with cuts hair.
okay.
So that's
Yeah.
who he was going to. So he knew. I knew what he was doing. But I was just playing dumb. And then wake me up and he was like, why did you wait this long? And I was like, well, I'm not gonna go into, because obviously like there's awkwardness.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into your house and wait for you when like
Yeah.
I don't even know if
Yeah.
I'm welcome there. Like, and then we went to go get something to eat, and then
Pay for it.
yeah, yeah, I did.
Waited
Oh my
3 hours.
I honestly, you know who you are, and I know you're watching this.
Yep.
I just want to fight you straight up. Since you're a boxer, I'll get my mans to beat your ass.
God. Yeah,
Yeah.
I paid for it.
Yeah.
Because mind you, at that time, I was encouraging him to do something else because he wasn't happy at his job. And I was like, go do the course, the security course. And he was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, go do it. He ended up doing it. But he wasn't working and then no money. So I was like, hey, it's fine. I'll pay for the food, whatever. I just want to be here. And then I just couldn't stop crying. Like just seeing him because obviously
The emotions,
knew.
the emotions were taking over, and I think
I knew what was happening,
Yeah.
but I just was in denial.
yeah.
And then got our food, and then we sat in the car, and then I was just like, I started begging. I'm not even gonna lie, I begged. I was like, why? Like, don't do this to we could work it out. He's like, I can't do it. And I just couldn't stop crying.
He can't do it.
He couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
He said he couldn't do it anymore.
Barely did anything.
Honestly, he fucking played you. Like he made you like what's that word? Like he made you is it superior or
Inferior.
inferior to himself? Like he made you, like he looked at you like you were nothing. And that's what I hate about men, when you freaking treat girls and
Take
you know
advantage.
very well that it's her first partner, she does everything for you, she's emotional, and you motherfuckers just take advantage of that shit and play on it, knowing damn well she won't leave. Oh my gosh, I just want, like Monique said, she's gonna get your man to beat your ass up.
Fight you.
Okay?
That's my brother.
So yeah, so like it just honestly makes me sick. Men like that make me sick.
Like, you're so lucky we don't fucking expose your ass.
Yeah.
Like, put your name out there.
yeah.
Literally.
But I'm hoping
With
that
receipts.
the TikTok, the TikTokers, the
you go find
Instagrammers,
him.
fake pages, go and find his ass.
Do your
I will easily drop some hints here and there for you. Got you.
I mean, listen, I was never perfect in the relationship.
No,
There's
but
things
like-
that I would take fault in, but for the most
he
part,
brought it out of
yes.
you. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
That's the shit
like
thing.
I feel like when guys say, "Oh, you're crazy," it's like
You
took me there.
excuse me,
yeah.
look at yourself first,
Yeah.
and like, "Oh, you're crazy. Your mom says you're crazy. This is why you're crazy." I'm like,
Yeah.
true. We are a little bit, but it's whose
Yeah.
fault? We don't just like snap
Yeah.
for no reason.
Literally.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I was trying to beg for him to not leave, and
Yeah.
then he left. Well, not
left.
physically, but he was like, "No, like he can't do it anymore." And
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay," and then cried, whatever. And then I ended up going back to his house, and then we.
I think I think yeah.
After we're like, we'll fight you. We'll fight you.
That's not exposing myself. I got it.
We'll
Like,
fight you now.
Yeah.
At the time when you picked us up from the club because we needed a taxi home,
Again,
Yeah.
take
I
that.
always have my taxi.
Yeah, you always got your. You ready?
But I'll still fight your ass.
No, but like,
Again, the
Yeah,
emotions
so-
are everywhere. It's high, when they're angry. You
Yeah.
just that's
listen, I don't beat myself up because it had been a while.
yeah. You're gonna leave me after one more time.
Like silent treatment, it gets a bit lonely, Anyway, so we ended up
Yeah.
One more
sex that
time,
night,
yep.
and then I went to work the next, or like not from there,
But it
like,
wasn't great.
it did what it needed to do.
It tickled, but
Barely. Yeah, and then, and mind you, we had, because I already told you guys at that point in the chat, and you guys were like, we're going out. And I'm like, okay. And then that happened on like a Wednesday, and I was like, I can't go out. Like, I'm too sad, blah, blah, blah. And you were like, we're not going to pressure you, but it'll be good for you.
yes.
And I was like,
Oh, was that night?
Albion.
So that was my first night out as a mum as well. So I had my son. Yeah, I had my son as well that year. She went through a breakup. It was a whole lot. It was the best. I loved it. I still rave on about that night.
that night was good.
I danced and sang my heart out, bro. And Maria, obviously, she always the early bird, which is normal. And me and this one, we were just, she got us
Listen,
kicked out.
they advertised $5 drink
Oh, yes.
from a certain time. We got that. I was like, I want 20. And they were like, no, we're not doing it. It's the promotion. I was like, no.
Yeah.
My friend's going for a break. I want my drink. Give me the manager. And the manager actually came.
Yes.
And we got our drink.
Yeah.
Got the drinks.
If there's one thing that you can rely on Monique
Yeah.
to do is speak to the manager. She gonna get what we deserve.
It was a good night.
So we went out, because I was like, no, I'm too sad. And you were like, there's no pressure, but you need it.
There's no
And I was
pressure,
like,
but just come.
just come.
Yeah.
We're going out for you, and you're not gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you're right. And then I was like, fuck it, let's go. And then I'm so glad that I did come.
Yeah,
I didn't know I needed that, but it was good.
Yeah.
We went out, we had fun, got drunk, but mind you, he had agreed to
Us up.
because
Yes.
he was like, I'll come pick you up, like if you're drinking. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So while we were out, he came and picked up my car and went whatever. And then when we were done, he came and picked me, Naona, and Monique up.
Yes.
But what I love about my girls is no matter what, they didn't treat him any different.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And as drunk as we were, they could have.
Yep.
But yous were just like,
Yeah, just
turn the music up.
It was us singing.
yes. I have a video
Yeah.
of us singing Rihanna.
Yeah.
Hating in the club, and we were just singing our hearts out.
Yeah.
And it was the best.
And then we dropped them off, and then I went back to yous.
We did your thing.
I got my
yep.
little
Yep.
Yeah, and then I think that was the last time.
That was it.
That
Yeah.
I dealt with him like physically like
Correct.
that,
Yes.
but I couldn't fully let go. I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
afterwards, it was hard.
Yeah, it was
like
hard. Yep.
because his little brother at the time was having a kid, and they had invited me prior to obviously
Yes, the baby
like
shower.
there was a baby shower. I still went because I had already bought a gift.
Yeah.
And I was pretty close with the brother's girlfriend. Like
Partner.
she was cool.
Yes.
Was he there?
Yeah.
Ah, was
was
she the baby mama? Was she there?
No.
Okay.
No, the baby one wasn't there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone 100%.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then, I think I was finding an excuse just to hold on.
Yeah.
Like, I would still try and message him. And, like, he would message back, but I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just need a block.
Yeah.
Like, it's not doing me any good
Yeah.
trying to hang on to something that's not there anymore. So I did. I blocked everybody,
Yeah.
numbers,
Yeah.
social media, everything.
Which was the best thing ever.
We all did.
Yeah, they're loyal like that. Yeah, blocked
Yeah.
them on everything.
Yeah.
And then just
Yeah, like when it popped up, I'm like,
Brother, ew.
block.
and then just basically just rebuilt myself back up.
Healed, definitely.
Needed a lot of
But
healing.
also, what was the actual nail in the coffin that kind of just
Oh yeah, it was.
what was-
Remember?
what was the
Remember?
nail in the
Yeah.
coffin?
That just set it
That
off.
set it off. You're like, nah.
They're like done. Like
Done.
pushed
I
you to
was
block.
like,
Oh yeah.
Yes, you told us.
Let it out.
Yeah. So what made me just be like, nah, cut, block, because I was still in contact a little bit with the little brother's
Yep.
girlfriend,
Yep.
because she even like went out of her way to message me that she gave birth, blah blah blah. So I went and I bought them a gift and like went and took it over because they had their own place. And then she basically told me, oh no, it wasn't her. It was his friend. She messaged and ran into his mum at the shops, and then the mum, because she was asking, she was asking her, the mum, like, how is he, how's blah blah blah, and then the mum said, he and the baby mama are back together. And I was like, huh? Because she messaged me this. Mind you, this is his best friend. That's a girl. Yeah.
Red flag again.
Yeah. And I was like, huh? And I remember getting that message. I was at work. And I was like, I need to go.
And it all just like
Dirty.
it just all comes back like, you know,
Dirty.
all those times you said you weren't wrong. When you said,
Yeah.
let me see what you're saying to your baby mama. So we're not crazy. We actually fucking know that you're being an asshole.
No, you know what? My instincts, I went against everything that I was feeling. Because
Okay.
I tried my best to believe what he was saying to
Yeah.
me. Like, no, there's nothing there.
So you pretty much were in a cult.
1 + 1 = 4 for now. Cult.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
She went left real quick.
If I believe it will be happy.
Reel you back in to see. No, yeah. What's it called?
That's crazy.
The friend was messaging me and she sent me that and I was like, oh. It, like, I was doing good, and then that, and I was like,
Yeah, it brings
Because
up so much.
I remember at that moment I was like, everything that I was not, I wouldn't say insecure about now,
Yep.
because I would always say something about how they text, how they call and talk, and why they're talking about this and that.
Confirmed it.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, I was right.
Yeah, yeah.
And I chose not to listen to myself.
And did he gaslight you? Is that why? Did he say you're insecure? There's nothing.
He never said
there?
I was insecure, but he was like, "Are you
Overthinking.
dumb." Mind you, he would say things like, I'll put a hit out on her, like that he hates her, and had a hit on her." And I was like, "Okay, you got the connection,
Hater.
sure."
Yeah.
Like hateful things, and I used to be like, "Don't," talk, especially around the child, don't talk like that about her, because at the end of the day, you had a kid with her. That's the mother of your child, whether you like.
There's
it or
a line
not.
of respect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a line of respect that you
For
don't cross that
you,
boundary. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I overplayed my role.
Role.
And I shouldn't have had a role to begin with.
Should have just left it in the bedroom.
Should have just left it in Gold Coast. But anyways, you learn. You live and you learn. I literally left work. I told my manager, I was like, I gotta go. I'm not doing okay.
Yes, I remember.
And then she was like, go. Like, if you need to go, go.
Yeah.
I gapped it, jumped in the car, and I drove to Keisha's house. I was like, I'm
shout out to
coming.
Keisha. She
Shout
held
out to
it
my
down too.
sister.
Yes.
Yeah, she was like, come. Yeah, because she was working at home at the time. And then I, like, the song,
Which song?
the song Mariah Carey,
song, the one she-
Breakdown.
Oh,
Bro, that played.
Breakdown. Oh, yeah.
That played, and I was driving, and I was like,
Aww.
it was like tears, and I was like, wow, like that was
That was it.
that was it.
Yep.
That I don't.
But I
don't
think
need
it
to
would
do.
help with your healing as well. Like that, you knew you weren't, like you got confirmation
Yeah.
that you weren't
wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy for no
It hurt,
reason.
but now you can like move on and say, yep, I knew everything was
he is
valid.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was like, I knew I wasn't crazy. Like, I'm crazy. Everybody know I'm crazy in general. But that, I wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
And then, I blocked. And I was like, I'm not going to do good just trying to keep in, especially after finding that out. And then I was like, okay, time to rebuild myself.
Yes.
And so, I made it a goal this year. Oh, well, starting, because mind you, I had bought me and him tickets to Promised Land.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah.
That ain't cheap. And it's VIP tickets. And I was like, should I go? I was like to the girls, I was like, should I still go? I don't know. I don't have the money. I'm broke, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, go. Just go. Like, you need this. And then Nate, because she was going, she was like, don't worry about accommodation. You can stay with me and Danny. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go.
And
And then I went, even though I was trying to sell his ticket, no one would buy it. I was like, they felt the energy. I was like, that's fine, it's all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, I went and I said to myself, like, this year, I'm not going to miss out on anything with girls, whether it's going out, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to be present and I'm going to, like,
focus on you.
have fun. Like, enjoy my life the way I should have been the last 2 years. And I've been doing exactly that.
Yes.
I'm doing exactly that. I've been out here on the street.
She on them streets.
Now, I'm not running the streets, but I'm out here having fun on the streets. That's where I'm at now. Like, I'm just enjoying life.
Yeah.
There's so much shit that's going wrong in my life, but I'm like, whatever. Like, I'll figure it out. It is what it is. I live by that.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's me now.
I actually want to clap because you have grown so much, and you are literally in the best version. Like, you are the best version of yourself right now. Shame.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah, that's she pretty much said it. You're the best version of yourself. You are definitely, like I said, you lost yourself for a moment and now you're back. We got you, but even better. That's what we said. We will let you learn on your own, and that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I guess, because the more you talk, and I learned that the hard way with my sister. She will tell you her story. That you can say so much stuff, but they don't register until they do it themselves. But
Yeah, and it's
made
you know what? It's like it's easier to say than it is to do. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I remember thinking exactly like that with other situations. Be like, how could you let a man do that? I'm like, I let a man do that.
Yeah.
I'm a weak bitch. Damn it. But yeah, that's me.
I love it.
Another clap, pucky.
We thought since we're on the topic of relationships,
Oh my gosh.
I play a bit of a game. So we've all prepped some red flag. We're going to play red flag, green flag. And we've all prepped some situations, and we're going to give our opinion on whether or not we think it's a red flag or a green flag and why. Who wants to kick it off with their first one?
Oh yeah, I will.
You guys got your flags. Shout out to Nana's work though, because she be coming through with these props.
Okay, red flag, green flag. He's out with the boys and doesn't text you or call you the whole night.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Red flag. Why do you think it's a red flag, guys? Quickly.
Communication is key.
Yeah, but I just feel like let me know that you're okay.
Yeah.
At least I don't care.
Like tell me
minute
what
by
you're
minute
doing.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
As long as I know who you're with, and
Yep.
what you're like, you're okay or alive.
Yes.
That's all I need.
Can you sleep if there's no message?
No.
I can't.
No, me and her already said it. We can't sleep until they're back.
Yeah.
Takes you out to dinner on the first date, but makes you pay half.
3, 2, 1.
I'm a little like
I'm both red and green.
yeah.
It depends.
I'm a little on both.
It just depends.
That's me personally.
Yeah.
Not on the first date.
Yeah.
No, me, red and green. It depends. If he says he's gonna take you out and all that, then yes.
Makes comments or allows mates to make comments about girls and he agrees or doesn't like be like nah, that's not for
Not
me.
fucking red flag.
Like what?
Like, you know how we're like,
his
friends
friends
are
would
like,
say something.
oh, she's hot, and he may not agree,
But
he silently agrees. You know what I mean? He doesn't say,
Not
oh
red
no, that's
flag.
wrong. Like I can't talk about that. Like
Red flag.
yeah,
that's just
that's
pretty straightforward.
self-explanatory.
I just wanted to make sure we're all
Yeah, we're on the same page for that.
No.
I had liking girls' pics on social media, not friends, like just girls in general.
Not red flag. The moment me and John met,
Or follows?
I deleted.
What about follows?
No, I unfollowed every single girl. He did not like any
I check
bitches.
his followers. and I say, I
Yeah.
screenshot it,
Yeah.
unfollow right now. He goes,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know how it got there. I was like,
And for those who are gonna come for me and say, "Oh, you're so insecure," first of all, shut the fuck up, okay? Second of all, if you want your man to fumble and stumble, then if I can have him follow all those
who
bitches.
else is going to check him?
Exactly.
I'm like half.
Nah, I'm red flag.
I'm
all the way.
half only because like if it's your friend and it's like a normal picture of like her whatever.
No,
she said
not
not friends.
She said not
Like,
friends.
not
girls,
friends.
Actual
yeah.
girl.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
I don't know. Like if it's a celebrity, okay. Well, what
Yeah,
the fuck,
I
guys?
don't-
No,
Yeah,
like,
she's hot too. Fuck.
Yeah.
But like,
no, girls from Sydney, like your area.
but if it's from like, it depends on the photo for me.
I'm talking about
if she
bikini.
half
I'm talking
naked,
about
then
half
Okay, what if it's like a smiling, like just a normal,
Like a girl just like,
just normal?
feeling herself, and she's pretty.
Yeah, then yeah.
Because
fucking-
for me,
Red
because
Oh,
and
I don't know,
what if
I'm
even
not-
more than that, she doesn't even look like you. Not even the same race. Not even like what the hell?
I don't
red
look at it like that. That's just me personally. I don't look at it. Maybe I should be, I guess. But like, I don't know. I don't see.
for me, it's like
Yeah,
if
like
you have
that.
the time to like it,
100%.
you're showing some sort of interest.
Yeah.
And
And
also
if she's like Balangi blonde hair, blue eyes, and there's like you're liking most like
Yeah,
more
it's a
than one
constant-
photo on her
constant
same page,
thing.
like
Yeah,
or
nah.
you know what I mean? And I'm like,
Oh,
huh.
okay. When you put it like that,
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like it's kind of like
No.
sus. Like
Yeah.
okay, so
Nah,
do you
red
even
I don't know.
like me?
I think I'm just like.
You're too nice. Fuck that shit. I just John
just very
knew the moment he, because I was nice. Second year, yeah. Third year, nah. This shit, I'm driving the ship. And then, yeah,
I'm driving the boat now.
Okay, that was all I had. But then now the next part was I have just some relationship questions, quick ones,
Same.
and for you guys to give your opinion and whatever you thought about it. If there is something you could do over in your current relationship or previous relationship, what would it be?
Me,
Over anything,
for me,
Nothing?
nothing. I wouldn't.
There's not one thing you think like maybe one I shouldn't have done.
No.
I think for me,
In our current relationship,
Current or
Or
previous
past.
because she's not in one.
mine would be just taking things a bit slow and acknowledging the people I was around at the time to be present, because I did take myself away and just jump into it wholeheartedly and like just said, nah, this is my forever. Yeah, I'm here. Like everyone would tell me things like you weren't here, like da 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 and all this stuff. I think I would change that. I would think I'll be a bit more present and not been up his poo-ho and like as in like texting and let him consume me to the point that after 2 years I was like, no, I'm not letting you consume me anymore. I think I would have closed my heart off and made sure that I would have done that differently. I would have stood my ground and been like, hey, I'm standing on business from the get-go, because it would have saved me a lot of arguments, saved me a lot. Yes, I'm like, again, you can't learn from that stuff, but looking back at it, if I had to change one thing, like knowing that's my past, it would be that.
I think maybe how I approach things, I would have approached it a bit differently. What else? I guess also, I don't think I rushed, but maybe I did. But also, I didn't. Like, I'm already in a relationship and I'm engaged, and like now it's my first. So sometimes I'm like, did I miss out on anything?
Yeah, you
Did
always
I-
have that thought. Like, did I have
Yeah, did I, like, should I have,
You ain't missing out on nothing, honey.
did I, like, not give my singleness
I know what
a
you
try. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I just felt like, like I'm engaged now. Like I didn't even like do half or anything in my single days. Like it was just all on social media. So sometimes I think about that. I don't know if I regret it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what that
I don't
path-
regret it. I don't regret
Not
my
regret,
decision.
but just do over.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that's one thing I'm kind of like I think about was like, oh, what if I didn't end up in this relationship and I was a bit of a on the streets kind of type. You know what I mean? If I actually did that, like, well, where would I have been now?
Yeah.
Would have definitely changed the course. Yeah.
I know, but yeah.
What about you, Cuz?
Maybe telling my sister first that I was pregnant. Like, just for my
Because
first.
it would have changed a lot.
I wanted to break that news myself.
Yeah. Yep.
That was it.
Actually, I think the only thing I would change is how I withdrew myself from.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I
That was
would
a,
give you.
that was a long time. It was,
No,
But we knew you were there.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
weren't
we
lost, but you were just in a
I
different
wasn't
chapter.
present.
Yeah.
I wasn't present. But I wouldn't change anything about the relationship because it needed to happen. Like
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad
yeah.
that it happened.
Yeah.
Like that because
Yeah.
What are 2 non-negotiables in a relationship?
Oh, I had one of those questions too. 2 non-negotiables is definitely, what do you mean? Like, as in, like, you don't budge, like, you have to have that in the relationship? Mine would be communication and definitely my emotions, our emotions. So, understanding my point of view and understanding that person. So not always like, you need to meet my needs. I also need to understand from his perspective how things are for him. So just communication and perspective. What did I say before perspective? Emotions needing, because when those two are just at an all time, you're good. That's me.
I don't know right now. I think communication, but I feel like I need to know who I'm with to know what I would and wouldn't want.
Oh, from your past relationship, what do you feel like you lacked that you want future-wise 2 things?
What are you looking for in a man
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
that they need to have?
Their shit together.
Oh, okay. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Have a job.
Security, like that, like shit.
Maybe
together,
a
like
license. Stability.
Stability. That's the word.
Yeah, I think
Stability.
stability.
Yes.
Communication.
Yes.
Such a big thing.
Yes. Love that.
Yeah, I'd say those 2.
Those 2.
Yeah.
That so suits. I love it.
Yeah.
Maria.
Well, my non-negotiable when I started dating was him to be like to know God.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
I told him because he wasn't into any kind of.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was mine too. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was and I told him like, I'm not gonna get engaged to you if you don't even make an effort. Like I can't. This won't work.
Yeah.
And communication, because he sucks at communication. But yeah, those are the main 2.
How about you?
I think obviously we all agree
Yeah.
the religion
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah.
But then I also wanted now when I think about it would be stability,
Yeah.
and the other one was it just went out of my mind. A license.
Yeah, that's a
License.
Like you need a license.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a
important.
red flag. A
Yeah.
straight up red flag.
Oh yeah. No license.
You don't have a license. No, because my thing is, like, how are you not going to have a job, a car, a license, and then you think you can date? Like, if you don't have those things, you don't even
shouldn't be
Mm.
dating.
You shouldn't be dating, to be
Should
honest.
be the last thing on
That's
your
the
mind.
last thing,
Last
because
thing.
you need
Yep.
to get your shit together before you even have a
Have-
girl
yeah.
in your life.
Yeah.
Like,
To deal with other shit.
to deal with
Like,
other shit.
yeah.
Like, come
Yeah.
on. That's the best.
Yeah.
your way.
Oh, me? This is easy. Like, should you stay in a toxic relationship / marriage for certain circumstances?
No.
Oh, certain.
Yeah. So I'm
get
talking
together.
about like if you've been together, you have kids, or you don't, you're married, already married, and it's toxic, but you,
Mental health.
yeah,
No.
No.
you shouldn't.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
And not even
Yeah.
just for the kids. Your kids deserve better, even if you were to
Yeah.
co-parent.
Yeah, 100%. I agree too. I would definitely. I said, no brainer. Like if John doesn't love me, like again, I go by the Bible, and I'm not allowed. like not allowed, but you don't divorce unless he commits adultery or I do, or if he's in infidel, adultery, anything like that, cheating, or he dies and I'm a widow, I can move on. If I die, he can move on. But once you're married, that's why I say like once it's done, that's it. That's your man for life. Like that's like the Bible, and that's why I said like. I had to make the right decision. That's why I said, if you are not going to be a God-fearing man, that's what I want. That's what I need. I need you to stop taking me places that I don't want to go. Like I fear God more than you. That's it. Point blank.
My question is obviously that this wouldn't happen, but if it ever came to that point where John was abusive or made you feel mentally unstable, would you still stick around?
Yes, correct. Because that was my vow before God. And that's why it's very important that you have to find a man within God's timing. God will provide you a man. And if you rush it, then that's on you. So you deal with that person. So that's what I believe in. So if I wanted this to work and it wasn't blessed by God, and that's why I always said, Lord, I just hope I'm not rushing into this. Like you always have a conversation with God. You know, you always got to tell him, Lord, if this is the way. And I sometimes say, Lord, if I rushed it, please like teach me right now. Like I will learn my lesson. Like, and during your marriage, you still can learn. Like the Lord will still teach you and still, like, you know, test you and stuff. But no, even if it went to that point, unfortunately, it's only adultery. And if he dies or I die. It's sad, but it's a big decision and commitment to make before God. And I take the Lord very seriously, and I don't want to, it's not so like disappointment. It's just like, that's just how I see marriage. Once, like for me, marriage is like it's not like a thing that, I feel like I want to get married to you, I love you. And then, I don't feel like you're just stressing me out. Done. I'm gone. Yeah, no, I can't do that. It's either those two options or there's no other way.
Okay. So I'm curious. What is your guys' like love language? Because there's
Physical touch.
love taps.
Nah, just kidding. I am not abusive.
What is it, Maria? You think?
There's,
I have to.
Mine.
Can you tell us?
There's words of affirmation,
Yes.
quality time, physical touch,
I know
acts of
mine.
service, and receiving gifts.
Because to be
Quality
honest,
time.
I want all of them.
100%. No.
No, what is yours? What is
for
your
for
what
Danny.
what is your most? What is one that is dominant? For me, for example, for Danny, it's acts of service.
I think that's me too.
But even just in general for anyone, like I'm always above and beyond. Like if you're my ride or die, I got you.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, what's my acts of service to him?
Yeah.
No. What's your
do you
love
need?
language?
Yeah, like from
how
that
do you
person.
show love to someone? So
How do you love? I
Like,
said
so
what
what's
you need.
my thing to
Ah.
him? So how I show him love?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, what did you say it was?
So there's words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts.
It's receiving gifts.
Yeah, I know that's yours.
I was gonna say.
But it's not because I'm materialistic, but it's just like, that's just our
He
thing.
loves. She loves to
Yeah,
give.
no,
They
like
both
you like
love.
to spoil, and
Yeah,
you like
yeah.
to spoil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both love. Yeah, I don't know about me, man. I think quality time. I think I it's more so me trying to give it to him and he doesn't reciprocate it back. Because he's like, I got 2 jobs, I'm on my phone. I was like, nah, turn that shit off. Like, it's me. Like, I'm always saying me. I'm a bit selfish, but yes, I always give my time.
But I think in general as well. 'cause
I do.
You always
Yeah.
appreciate like our moments when
I
we're
do.
together. So.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah. Time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine is acts of service as well.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Could be my downfall as well, guys. I need to. I'm like that, but also like with everyone else. Like me.
Maria, do
Say
you have
the
a
word.
question? You don't have to if you don't have one.
I just have one more after you.
There you go.
What other qualities, like future partner for her, in your men that you have now in your lives that you love about them? Like you can go on about how much you love him and what stands out for your partner. And then I said for you, your future partner, that you love about your man right now. And like, you know, just love.
One thing for me, I think, is for sure like first to have a relationship with God.
Yes.
But also,
Yes.
make me laugh, like personality.
Yeah.
I could care less about looks.
Wait,
but
can
if
I ask you a question? Do you think your cousin's funny?
Yeah. Love you, cuz.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
feel
need
you.
someone to make me laugh and
Yes.
like banter.
No, but he
with.
does. John is like he's like the dry funny that I laugh at him.
Yeah, that she gets.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something I look for.
Yes.
Your personality, make me laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
I like to joke around.
What about you, cuz?
Oh well, me. Yeah, he's funny.
Yes.
And I think everyone knows that. He's very strong. Very.
I thought you said shock.
No, very strong. Like my man is very, very strong.
Yeah.
And he does it for a living.
Yeah.
He can
yeah.
fight.
Yes.
Oh, you can fight.
At the start. Let's just like rework.
I
Yeah.
think I'd add that. Like, I want to feel safe.
Yeah, I
around
feel
you.
safe.
Oh yes, like he can
Protected.
protect. Yes.
Yeah, like I'm not. Yeah, I literally anywhere. Like I'm not scared because of him.
Yeah.
I'm the protected.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't discriminate.
And
Yes,
I think
yeah.
he loves me for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like through all the changes in physical, like mental,
Yeah.
and he's very much a provider.
Yeah.
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 And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Love that.
My man.
Yeah. Say it to the camera.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, I think I can always rely on him.
Yeah.
Like he always has.
Me too. I can rely.
Of course, you like to piggyback off him. I'm like, excuse me.
He drives me to work, and she's like, "You drove down to work?" I was like, "Yeah." He just asked me, "You working all day shift?" Because I do part time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, tomorrow." He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll drop you off." And Maria's like, "Oh okay."
Yeah. So it's just I can always rely on him.
Yeah.
Like when I have my issues, he's always like, "No, you need to put me you first." Because sometimes I don't, and he does, and he sees that, and he's like, "Well,
Yeah.
you know, you need to put you first."
Yeah.
So he like lets me know, like he takes care of me in that sense because I
Yeah.
don't take care of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
something that reminds you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
And he does fight for you. He does.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't speak much,
I know,
he will
even though
always have
he's-
her back.
And vice versa.
Oh yeah, you fight for him too.
And I fight him too. So yeah.
Yeah, I think mine was the same as like Sia's, everyone's combined. I think for me it would be most for John is the one particular thing. It was his like compassion. Like he is amazing at understanding my family's dynamic. Just being super supportive of taking in family members. Just being the most awesome like partner also to my siblings.
Yeah.
Because I am quite the second eldest. And he just takes it on like so effortlessly. Like he just the way he bonds with my siblings and banters, he really
see
does
it.
take care of me and not just me but my family.
There's some shit that we do. And
Yeah.
like, you wouldn't let that fly. Like
Fly,
I
like,
wouldn't let
yeah.
that fly. And he does like, hey, can you talk to
Yeah.
your siblings?
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah.
he's never like in our face or like,
Yeah.
you know, disrespectful in that way. So yeah. Kudos.
Yeah, and just loyalty in general. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
big on loyalty.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if he's not loyal to like it's taken a long time, but loyalty, like if you're not it's not so much with my family, it's like also his family. Like you have to reciprocate that shit with your family as well. Like you're there, like you're gonna vouch for me. Like the way I vouch, because I vouch for my man. Like I'm telling you, I fought a lot of family members.
I think we all did.
I think we all have.
We all have.
We all have.
Fought.
I fought my
Wow,
mother.
man.
I fought everyone. Like I loved. Like I did so much for this man that it was just. That's why I said when it doesn't reciprocate the other way, you start to say, "Hey, like what the heck? Like what's wrong with me? Like speak up." But men in general, let me just say this: they would never speak up. I don't know why they do it. Their in-laws, it's just like they just can't speak.
in-laws.
Yes, they just. I don't know what it is. It's just it's not a disrespectful thing. It's just like, hey, just say it like with confidence. Like, hey, I'm only gonna do this. But it's just always like, I don't want to say it. It's like a fear. I don't know what. Like women, we can say our bit to our parents, to friends, and it gets exhausting when you had to be that person to speak. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't really speak. If that makes sense, but.
it just gets exhausting when you're quiet because your silence means a lot. When I'm like,
Can you please translate? He just sits there.
oh yeah, oh my gosh, that too.
I have a quick question. Like,
Yeah.
what's your physical turn-ons with your partner, if you have any?
Oh, like with them to us or us?
Yeah,
to
like
them?
what when you look at your partner, like what turns you on
for
about
me,
them?
it's when he wears a suit. I fucking
Really?
love it. I'm like, oh, you're so
cute.
nice. Nice.
Mine would just
Nice
be
and
at
put together.
home. It's just homeware. Like
love-
especially grey. You know me, grey.
The grey
sweatpants.
sweatpants.
No, and the like grey tops. It
yeah.
depends. But yeah, grey for me it's just
he
like
wears grey.
oh yeah, cozy. Like it's like it could go both ways, cozy or not cozy. So grey at home. Yep.
Mine's just tats. His tats.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Because my man's like tatted up
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep. Legs.
Unfortunately, but
Not bad.
no, because he wants to add more. And tats cost money. I got a wedding. So if I'm counting the envelopes, you know what that's going to.
What about you, Sissy?
Me, tats, but also like a guy's arms.
Yes.
Always been my thing, like seeing. Like,
Oh, chest area. My goodness.
Yours is chest.
Chest and the arms, like what you're saying. I'm just like
arms, like-
mesmerized.
You can be like,
No, I did say this to Maria. I did say this to Maria last week. I said, if, because we were thinking of the ifs, I said, I only want you just to experience what it's like to be with someone bigger than you. Like you could lie on his chest. Yeah. I just said that. I said, I just wish you could just be hugged from behind you. And
Yeah.
like, he's bigger than you. And like, you could feel that sense. And she's like, I said, how do you feel? She
Yeah,
goes,
I
I
love
love
that
it.
shit.
Like with my partner, like, her partner now. She's like, she loves it. I was like, oh, okay. But I said, if you had it any other way, I think I would want you to experience like what it feels like for someone to be like, but again, everyone's different. I think that's my non-negotiable is like, he can't be skinnier than me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but he couldn't. Yeah. I just couldn't. I just feel insecure myself.
yeah.
I will totally feel insecure. Maria, you'll go for gold, like, but I couldn't. I'll be insecure. I'll be like, oh, nah.
I feel like I'll break.
Yeah, like, I couldn't. Nah.
Yeah, but mine's arms and tats.
Yep.
Yeah, period. I just have one thing, just to bring up a topic that has happened this week
Yeah.
Yeah.
in TikTok. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Silosi.
No.
No.
Wait, that
I've
name
seen
sounds.
the name pop up, but
No.
what is this guy?
Oh my gosh, none of you have
Villain,
seen
yeah.
it.
I feel like I've heard the name.
So it's this Aussie chick, and she's full like going on and she's telling how she met this guy on TikTok, and she DM'd him first, and he's I think Fijian. I don't know if he's not.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And they get to talking and they connect and blah 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 blah. She flies to New Zealand to go meet him, and she's got photo evidence and everything,
I've
like
seen
of them
it.
at the aquarium, of them blah blah blah. Everything's fine.
Posts
She
her.
flies back, and the same like with his jumper and everything, and they're meant to be locked in, and he's gonna move to Oz. He goes to her, like literally blocks her like after a normal message. Like when they come back, she's messaging normal, and then he just ghosts her.
Oh my.
Did he take anything from her?
Nothing. But like,
he just wanted her like to just like.
We don't know.
Oh, that's just random.
but so she posted that video, and
Another
then
girl came
another
out.
chick came forward, and she used to work with him at like the lifeguard thing. But this was when he was 20 and she was 16. Anyways, you do might be things when you're on might
Yeah.
but she admits it, like whatever.
Yeah.
But she was saying that he had a whole ass baby, like mama and a baby, while he was dating that one. Yeah, like there was photos on Facebook.
Exposed.
Can I just say one thing about that comment about like?
So I need
men-
to know your thoughts and opinions.
Why do men think it's okay to cheat? Do they have no guilt? Like, I just want to know: is there no guilt in fucking
That's
like?
what I said.
Never.
How can
If
you?
I don't want to date you,
just don't waste
and I
our
wanted
fucking
to see-
time.
I literally would be single, sleeping around.
See, that's the
like,
thing.
why
with
get in
guys,
a
sometimes
relationship?
they want their cake and
Eat it too.
But why? But
Okay,
that's how
eat it
that's
too.
how
Just stay
sad
single.
men are.
Just stay single.
Yeah.
If you want to sleep around with people,
You think it's so
just
simple?
stay
Right.
single. Like, why do you?
People identify as fucking they cat. You can fucking say, I just want your pussy tonight, and then Tuesday come again. Like, just keep it real. Like, you don't have to
This
say
poor girl spent her money and got emotionally invested.
exactly.
What a waste of time.
That's a
They're all about wasting our time, honestly.
not your time, like their time.
No, but
she's
like
saying in
men who
general.
cheat,
Yes.
Yeah.
like for us women, they just freaking waste our time.
Yes. I mean, look, I don't know this myself, but I know of my brothers. So my brothers aren't the greatest, and it's just hard to. Again, they will learn their own way. We can say so much,
Yep.
but they'll learn their own way, and it's hard because it breaks my heart knowing that they're doing this to these girls, and it's just good girls are gone. Good girls come, and we lost a really good sister-in-law. Sister-in-laws.
We're still mourning her, guys.
Yeah, and it's sad. It's just sad because like they're a part of our lives and then they're gone. They're strangers. It just sucks, man. And like, men, pick your shit up and get your shit sorted because
But then again,
just-
to be honest, like I said, they shouldn't have been dating in the first place.
100%.
Because they're not.
But
there
who's gonna
mentally,
listen?
They don't
That's the
have
thing, like,
money.
who will
they don't have
listen?
the car.
See, yeah.
They don't have, you know.
But this is a good segue just to give you an insight of what's going to happen over the next 2 episodes.
Correct.
We're hoping to bring in, a girl
view.
point of view, either cheated on or cheated,
Yeah.
and then a guy's point of view, same thing on 2 different episodes. So stay tuned, guys. But that was a wrap on our relationships, and
That's us.
Yeah, we're all honestly right now we're all at our best. Oh, best! Like we're still having arguments here and there. It's just normal. It's normal couple stuff. But she's in her situationship. She is happy. She is engaged. She is happy. She is engaged as well, and she is happy with her life. And I am engaged and married, and I'm happy. Like we're all at the stage where we can heal properly. We understand. We love. We grow, and it's really good to be here. I love it.
Love it.
yeah, guys. So we'll see
That's
you
it.
guys at the next episode.
Yay! Bye. 3, 2, 1.
You better talk to me nicely. Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we up.